Okay. Hello, everybody. Mr. Stack and myself are going to talk you through our reopening proposals.
So, we are going to be talking to you about the reasons we are reopening, the children that we are going to ask to come in, what the day will look like, what a week will look like, and how we're trying to limit the risk for you and your children.
So, the reasons for reopening, we're opening for, and we have been opening for children whose parents are key workers and some other children who we've invited, and also to get people ready for wider opening, because from March 23rd to the 1st of September is a very long time.
We will be asking from the 2nd of June key workers and invited children to come into school. Those children will know who they are and the parents will have spoken to me or Mr. Knowles already. Then from the 8th of June we'll be inviting reception children in. Then from the 15th of June, Year 6 children. However, there are currently no plans for Year 1 children to be invited in. We will review this as time goes on, so those dates may change, and it might be that we can invite other people in. We don't have space for Year 1 to come in as well at the moment, so we will continually review that. If your children are in one of those year groups, reception or Year 6, and you choose not to send them in, we understand that and we will not be issuing fines.
But these are our current plans, and this is our current opening times. I'm really sorry if you do have a child in year 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, but at the moment there is no in-school provision plan for you. So, what the school day will look like? Well, the school is going to be split into 3 zones. We've got the lower hall, which will be for key workers, and they will have separate entrances, so we make sure that children don't come into contact with other children apart from the ones they're in a group with. The annex will just be for our reception children. So all the children, the youngest children in the school will be over in the annex. And then the last area in the school is the upper hall, which will eventually be for our Year 6 pupils. So the oldest children will be upstairs.
There'll be 15 children in a room, and in that room there will be 2 adults, a teacher and a TA. There will be staggered start times for your class, and your children will be collected from an external gate by one of the adults in their room. So, parents will not be allowed into our school or onto our site. This is to reduce the risk to them, to our pupils, and to our staff. So, your children need to be dropped by you at one of the gates, and they will be assigned a gate. We'll let you know about that. If you're more than 5 minutes late, we will be asking you to take your children home. We have to make sure that the gates are free of adults as quickly as possible. So if your start time is 8:30, then between 8:30 and 8:35, an adult will be there from our school and they will then take your child in. If you're later than that, then we'll ask you to take the child home. Okay? We understand that this is quite strict and it's not really how we normally do things. However, we have to make sure that children are safe and we believe that this is the best way that we can do this. There's a real risk around school gates and drop-offs. So we've tried to limit it by having these separate entrances and by having very strict staggered times. Once you've dropped your child off, it would be extremely helpful to us if as soon as you've dropped them off, you go home or you go to work. You don't hang around, you don't chat to other parents. There's a real risk of infection here, so we need to be very clear. Once your child's in school, this is what the school day will look like.
The school day itself will be a bit different than normal. So the way it will look is that children will arrive in school. There will be physical activity, first of all, which will take place in the hall, and then they will continue with the work that the teachers have been setting on Seesaw. Because a lot of children will not be coming to school, we still need to maintain our online learning, and teachers will be setting work on there and they will be checking up on it and responding to it. Then they will have outdoors time. The 3 different groups will play in completely different areas, and within those groups they will be split up again. So it means that the 15 children that you're in a class with, they are the children that you will play with. After that, they go back inside and have an activity, and then they will have their lunch. The lunch will be eaten in the hall or their classroom. We will not be providing cooked meals during this time. It will be sandwiches. The reason why that is because we cannot deliver cooked meals safely to all the different areas of the school that we need to. After that, they will go, after their lunch, they will go outside again and they will spend some time playing. Then they will come back in to do some more learning. Then they will go out to play again, and then they will come back in to do some more. They will finish school, the three groups will finish school, one at 2:45, one at 3:15, and one at 3:45. During this time, we will have no breakfast club provision or after school club provision.
Here, as you can see what a classroom will look like. The children are more spaced out than normal. They aren't quite 2 metres apart, but they're as far apart as we can have them in the room. You will see there's a space in the middle of the room. That's where the teacher will be based, and there's a space at the front.
The younger children's classroom, in the reception, they will stay pretty much as they are. We will remove soft furnishings, but other than that, they will stay pretty much as they are. In terms of the weeks, so the first week back after half term, on the Monday the school will be closed. So on the 1st of June, school will be closed and we will have an inset day. On the Tuesday, we will have invited children and key worker children only in school, and that will run till the Friday. Then the week commencing the 8th of June, reception children will come in, and our invited children and our key worker children. So we will have two groups. So we'll have one in the downstairs hall and one group over in the annex. We will be closing the school on Fridays. The reason why we're closing the school on Fridays is because teachers need time to plan, and teachers also need time to phone groups of children who they haven't yet spoken to, who aren't in school for whatever reason, and to make sure that they are commenting on children's work that they put online. Also, it enables us to make sure that the school is cleaned well on a Friday morning. The school will be closed, nobody will be here for 3 days, which means that that's 72 hours, and we all know that the virus can't last longer than that. Week commencing the 15th, our intention is that we will bring Year 6 in as well then. So we'll have the invited children, the key worker children, the reception children and the Year 6 children. The week will run the same, but it will be closed on the Friday, and so on moving forward until we are told otherwise. What we will do though is we will check all the time to make sure that this system is working. And if it's not working at any time, we will change it. It may be that something happens externally out of our control, which means that we can open to more children. It might mean the opposite, though. It might mean that we need to reduce what we're doing.
So we're trying to limit the risks in many ways. I'm sure you've heard them. We've got small groups of less than 15, and they will stay the same. So those 15 children will see the same 2 adults every day, all day. The school's been zoned. We've ordered some new anti-bac stations so that parents can so that children can clean their hands, and so can adults. We're going to have a new on-site cleaner at all times. We're trying to reduce the interactions of our staff as well, to reduce infections. And we've got the staggered day and multiple entrances. All of this is to reduce interactions, which will hopefully limit your your child's bubble. I hope that in this short video, some of your questions have been answered. I'm sure there will be more questions. If you have any questions, then please contact the school.
So, to summarise, from the 2nd of June, the first will be an inset day, key workers and invited children only. So, for the majority of people, nothing has changed. From the 8th of June, we will be inviting reception in. From the 15th of June, we will be inviting Year 6 in. Currently, we have no plans for Year 1 because we do not have the space to have that many children in school at the moment. This will be reviewed weekly. We will make sure that we know that this is safe, and if it's not safe or something else has happened, we will change our plans accordingly, but we will let you know. We will also let you know what entrance your child will be using and what time we will be expecting you. If you do not know these times and you do not know what entrance to come to, we would ask you not to come to school until you have heard from us. I know this is very different, and I know this isn't probably what a lot of you are expecting, and I do apologise. We've done our best to make school as safe as we can, given the guidance we've been given. It will be very different, but one of the things that I would say is that your children will be in small groups with 2 grown-ups. And those grown-ups, as you know, our school staff are really good, and they will be dedicated to make sure those children are having a really good time and are learning when they are in school. That small class size does, it does have its advantages, means that your child will get more education if they are to come. Thank you for listening. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you all very soon. Thank you.